I am Charlton Doki, a journalist working in South Sudan. The biggest challenges to the media in this country include the harassment and the restrictive environment, as well as the challenges with infrastructure, which we need to facilitate the work of journalists. We have managed to overcome some of these challenges, especially the restriction, by working with the Media Authority and the Union of Journalists of South Sudan. What motivates me to continue to do this job is mostly the desire to keep the South Sudanese people informed, because many of them do not have other sources of information, and they rely on journalists to inform them, and as well the passion for journalism. The peace process in this country, as well as the ongoing conflict in the Sudan and the food security situation in this country. We've also covered some stories connected to the intercommunal violence. A free press matters, especially in a country like South Sudan, because it's important that people get informed, especially about the peace agreement that is being implemented, and it's also important that people be able to express their free opinion, especially as regards the peace process. And that can only happen when there is a free press.
I'm called Dimo Silva Aurelio. I'm a journalist working in South Sudan. For the past 10 years in the industry, I think the major challenge has always been the ever-changing technology in the industry. So for one to fit in this industry, you need to keep abreast on the changing technology. I was able to engage in some trainings personally. Some of them could be tutorial, and some of them are on teams. Some of them are from colleagues. That means you need to be learning from one another. The fact that the stories we cover is able to change someone's life, and my audience have always been happy to listen to stories of economic issues, stories about the weather changes, the climate change. And these stories are able to inform them on what decision they have to take in regards to their environment, in regards to their country, in regards to their leaders, who should they want to work with as a government, or what do they want to do in their personal life to be able to fit in. The free press is becoming very interesting in terms of people changing their lives, because without the free press, there will be no information going to people, and people will not be informed about what they should do and how they should make decisions in their own life, either being economical decision, political decision, or even health decision. So it needs a free press so that they're able to know what is changing and how they should be able to change their lives in particular.
My name is Manyang David Mayar. I work for South Sudan in Focus, VOA, in South Sudan. The biggest challenge facing my work here in South Sudan is the issue of intimidation and harassment. When you go to the field, you meet all the time security people who make you feel very small, like you are not actually a person, like you are not doing your work. So they intimidate you, they harass you. I make sure that my identifications, press identifications, are always with me. And also I work closely with the Union of Journalists of South Sudan, as well as the Media Authority. People of South Sudan need to be informed. They need to be educated. In the case of COVID-19, they needed my work to inform them on how to actually follow the preventative measures. They also need to be informed because they need to follow all the peace process. The implementation of the 2018 peace agreement is one of the things that motivates me to actually continue working. Peace process and the implementation of the 2018 peace agreement. People need to know what has been implemented and what is yet to be implemented, especially when this peace agreement was actually extended for another 24 months. So it needed me to actually come in and inform citizens and the world about how the process is going. Free press actually matters, because if I am intimidated, I will not feel confident to actually dig deeper into the stories that people need to hear the most.